Hey y'all, my name is Shan. Welcome to Cozy Womb Podcast. This is a series for Black fathers because Black fathers matter. Black fathers matter to me. Black fathers matter to my children. Black fathers matter when it comes to my brothers, my mentors, my friends. They matter because they set the tone for who our children look up to. They set the tone for how men, women, children, and other elderly people feel protected, feel like, everything they've struggled for was for a good cause because they've seen who they've become. And I want to, I just want to shine a light on them and hear from them in a perspective that sometimes goes unheard because no one cares to ask. Sometimes people look at fathers as if, oh, that's nothing. They're supposed to do that. Why would we, thank you for doing something you're automatically supposed to do? You shouldn't look for any, praise or any thank yous for that. That's standard. That's the basics. Do what you're supposed to do. But when you have a father that's there, that's consistent, that's available, that's attentive, that's caring, that's thoughtful, versus an absent father, versus a father that thinks his life and his now is more important than the child's future. There's a difference. There's a clear difference. And I just want to show appreciation. So this series, I've interviewed many fathers from different places, different backgrounds. And I really just want to pick their brains with different questions. So thank you for listening to Cozy Womb Podcast, and I hope you enjoy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Black Fathers Matter for this month of June. I'm so happy I'm talking to all these fathers, and even with their upbringing being in different places, in different states, it looks like these men, they have a great relationship with their fathers, and it's really going against the grain of what society pushes about Black men not being there and Black men, falling short when it comes to fatherhood. I haven't come across one yet. So I hope you guys enjoy this insight with Tim from You Said It podcast, and please share your thoughts, and happy Father's Day, Tim.
Hey, it's Anya Dula, and I am the host of Intercultured with Anya Dula. Intercultured with Anya Dula is a podcast that focuses on motherhood, culture, birth work, and travel. And it's just a place for women to come together to discuss our philosophies on motherhood, to discuss our work and birth work, if that's what we do, but mainly to bring women of all different cultures together so that we can talk about how we mother, how we #do motherhood, so that we can learn from one another and learn to love each other. That's really what it's all about. I hope you'll join us. Intercultured with Anya Dula podcast is available on all the major podcast stations. I hope you'll join us. Can't wait to connect.
Here we go.
Back to the show.
This
is episode 6 for a Cozy Womb podcast for the Black Fathers Matter segment. And we have Tim from You Said It pod. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm TMB from the You Said It podcast. Shout out to my partner, Vontae. You know what I mean?
Woo woo. All right.
Woo, woo.
So we just talking about Black fatherhood for you. So could you state your age, sir?
I'm 35. Am I 35? I'm 34.
He said, "Am I 35?"
I do have sometimes I forget.
Listen, me too. That's real adulting, though. Because
33.
that shows you that, your age doesn't matter after a certain point.
Yeah, right.
How do you feel? How old do you feel?
I feel young. I feel like I'm in my prime, baby. You know what I mean? I can still do whatever I need to do.
Good. That's all that matters. And where are you from?
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, the north side of town.
Nashville, Tennessee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, straight like that. Tennessee Titans.
You know what I'm saying? Katie been telling me some things. I'm just like, okay.
So are you a fan of Philly or Atlanta?
Fandom, I don't really get into that. I like what I like. So, as far as Philly goes, you know, I support my Iverson. You know, I like my little Beanie Siegel out of there. Everybody else is just kind of like mainstream for me.
ARAM.
Freeway, yes. Classic Philly is what I like.
Yes, indeed.
What was fatherhood with your father like with you growing up?
Fatherhood with my father was amazing. He is one of my best friends. I grew up with my father up until he went to prison for like five years.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't seem like he was absent. You know, we talked all the time. I went and seen him. He told me things to do that a man should do while he wasn't around.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's amazing. He still is amazing. He still is my best friend.
Love that.
I wouldn't be the man I am without his teachings and his knowledge and what he helps me. He helps me in so many ways.
Good. Did he have a good upbringing as a kid?
Yeah, he did. He did. My granddaddy, who passed away January 6th, probably 2-3 years ago, was a good father. They had a good upbringing, yes.
See, look at this generation we doing. We got you, we got him, and then your kids.
Yeah, it's a movement, and I learned from others. So, you know, I learned what and not to do by watching other people. So, you know,
that's good.
It's great.
So, have two girls.
Two girls, yep.
Just like me.
13 and 8.
Whoa.
How old are you?
Mines are 3 and 6.
Ooh, 3-year-old.
Listen. I stopped. Are you going to keep going or you can stop?
I need 200,000 or more.
Listen, what I tell you, I said, you know what? Maybe this last relationship, if it's really a good one, I'll allow. But if it doesn't work, I know for sure this is a closed shop. So yeah.
I'm good. It doesn't matter to me. Inshallah, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. How was that dynamic going from not having kids to, you know, getting the word that you're pregnant and getting the voice tell you that it's a girl? What went through your head?
Well, first when it was my girlfriend at the time, but when I ended up marrying my girlfriend. She was my wife. So when she told me, I was excited. It wasn't none of that where I was like, is it mine or I'm not ready for a baby. I mean, I was excited. I just started saving more money than I already had, and I was prepared. Like, even though I was still living with my mother at the time, everything else I had under control.
Okay, so it was good news for you. So when you held her in your arms for the first time, what did you feel?
Hold on, let's go back. You said, and when they said a girl.
Yeah.
You said when they said it was a girl, I was excited. I wanted a boy, but I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have a girl. But
Yeah.
Girls are amazing. You know, I'm a girl dad. So, first time holding her, hell, when she first came out and they asked me did I want to hold her, I think I said, I mean, when they first come out, they got a lot of residue on them.
Listen, I told my nurses both times, I said, when she come out, don't put her on me. Go over there, get her ready, and then bring her back.
Yeah, handle that.
They're gonna be like I was crazy.
Give her a split splash. I don't want that.
Right. Right. Yeah. Are their personalities really different?
Yes, they are.
Man.
Yes, they are. My oldest is getting of age, and like my mama would say, she think her shit don't stink. But you know, I'm doing my best to keep them in line. You know, to keep her in line, and trying to tell her the best things for a successful life. So if she listens, I'm sure me and her mother will make sure that goes good. And my youngest one, she's like a young old person. She's very wise. She's very wise, and she don't take no shh.
That's usually how the younger ones are. How do you balance their time with you, or you know, their attention or their neediness?
I give them everything they need, and if they want to talk, I'll talk. My oldest one is at the stage where she goes in her room and plays Fortnite, and
she in the Fortnite.
Yeah, you know, one of them. My baby girl is active. She want to fight, throw pillows, pillow fights, make forts. So I'm doing both. I'm able to do both, and I will continue to be able to do both. You know what I mean?
Good. That's good. Fill in this blank for me. Being a father means blank.
Being a father means everything. I don't know what to say. First of all, being present.
Yeah.
Fathers being present, being available, and being a father is being a father. Yeah.
I mean, I would agree. It is everything. Girls remember everything when it comes to their dads, even when you think they're not listening. They remember everything. Dads are a girl's first man ever, period. So it's good that you make a good impression on them with that.
Try my.
You know,
I pray every day. Every day I pray. I pray to be better as a father, as a husband, as a son, all the above. So there's nothing to do but to get better. You know what I mean?
As a father, when do you feel the most love from your kids?
Before I go to work. Before I go to work, or after I done bought their ass something. Yeah, those times.
When you come in, or if you like pick them up, is it like
going and coming, and gifts?
Okay. You don't have no out the blue huggers?
Oh yeah.
Because I got two of those, and I'm just like, man, enough. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes. Yeah, random hugs. We in this house we always say I love you, so nothing has to be going on to say I love you, but it's a most def departing or first appearance like I love you. Yeah, we say that very often.
Oh, that's good. So yeah, a Black father that's not afraid to be affectionate.
No.
Good.
No, not at all.
Good. Was that something common between you and your father and your mom?
My mama was affectionate, but my mama will Can we cuss on here?
Yes.
My mama will beat your ass and then tell you that she loves you.
Mm-hmm.
Both of my parents were amazing, but both of them were different.
Mm-hmm.
My father never put his hands on me. One time he popped me on my ass because I went outside without shoes on and it was cold. And he said, "You'll catch pneumonia or the flu," or something like that. That was the only time my daddy, that wasn't even a whooping. He papped me. But my mama, she act like she don't remember all the ass whooping she gave me, but I do. But I appreciate both of them, both parents. And that's what I be trying to tell my oldest one. We only telling you and doing what we doing for the better. You'll understand later. That's what my mama said too. So
yeah, I'm you know how people be like, I'm pro-life, I'm pro-leathers in here, but I would rather not have to use it. But because I grew up the youngest, the only girl in the house, and I have 5 brothers, it's kind of like I wish I got whoopings more, because now I'm just out here testing life and do what I want to do, and my lessons are through my failures. Whereas I feel like if I grew up and my mom was like a disciplinarian and not the friend in the house that can sign adult paperwork, and my dad, he was very strict, but I didn't really live with him for the bulk of me growing up. I feel like if I had that, I'll be more like, structured. So now
you took the words out of my mouth. It's structured.
Yeah. So now I'm just out here. I think I'm a good mom, but now I'm just trying to balance my let's have fun. I'm about to whoop you. I'm balancing that. So yeah.
I had a time when I whooped my little girl, but I couldn't be serious. I whooped her, and then I think I whooped before or after I was laughing, because it just was like,
that was the one time when my mom whooped me.
I don't want to do this, but I have to.
Yeah, we ended up laughing afterward, and
it ain't like it used to, because
no.
There wasn't no laughing with my mama. None of that.
My mom was one of 13, so if one of them messed up, they all got whooped. We didn't do it.
That's not cool.
Let's see. What are 3 things you wish you could improve or change for Black fathers?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm very passionate about being present. Being present, and it really bothers me when men just walk around, just have babies here and there, and they're not present. It's messed up to not be around that child. That child needs you, and if you would be around them for just a couple minutes or an hour, you will love this shit. It's amazing. It's fun. So that's one thing, being present. And that's the same thing, responsibility, I guess. Responsibility, being present. Wear a condom. I mean, first, number 2, wear a condom. If you don't want that responsibility, you need to be responsible with your penis.
Yeah.
And
don't name the kid.
And number 3 is no excuses. Don't have no excuse based off how you were treated or none of that. Like, step in, do what you got to do, break the cycle, because the kids are important. They're yours, so take care of them.
Yes, I agree. I'm completely for that. All right. Have you made any health changes compared to how you grew up with eating or working out or not working out? More so because you became a father?
No, I can't say that. I can't say that was one of them as far as a father. I mean, but here recently, I can say yes, because as I'm getting older, I am trying to live on this earth longer for me and for my kids. Mm-hmm. So in that sense, but I mean, from birth up until probably, I can say 6 years ago, yeah, I really thought about it. I was like, I need to get right. Mm-hmm. So, I don't eat pork. I don't eat red meat. Mm-hmm. I exercise, me and my wife, when the gym was open before this quarantine and all of that stuff, we would go probably 3 or 4 times a week. But now I just work out every stop. I work for FedEx, so at every stop I do.
That is a workout.
Yeah, I do 20 push-ups, or I do like 15 dips at every stop. So I'm still going, trying to lay back on fried foods.
Very important. More black men, because we like to eat things that taste good, need to really yes, Ari, you want to see, and then you gotta go. Okay, say hi.
Hi.
Hey, baby.
And then that's Anya.
Hey, big girl.
Hi.
All right, you gotta get. What are 5 ways you provide to your children?
Educational wise, we work on whatever they need as far as homework. That's one. I can get into depth about that a little bit more. Providing, being able to give them what they need. Emotionally, talking to them. Discipline as well, and showing by example. Just watching me is teaching in a way. I've gotten better over the years as far as being a peaceful, respectful, loving person. Mm-hmm. I always been that in a way, but I could go a little bit on the other side, but I'm trying. Right now, I'm all the way better. I'm here.
Yeah. How do you balance what society tries to pour into your kids versus what you have to unpack once they get home?
Shit, they don't have to unpack it, because I'm telling them every day. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't hold back. I let them know. Once a month we watch which we should do more. Once a month we watch like black movies, black history movies, to let them know what the world is, and I try to tell them what we want it to become, which they know what's good and what's right and what's wrong. But I instill what's going on. We don't hide from nothing, so we let them know on that end. What about you?
This is a very honest house, okay? Especially the fact that we're all girls, so it's constant teaching in here. Anya, my oldest, she thinks I'm a Google Home, so she'll come to me and be like, why bugs don't have boobs? She'll come ask me like, how does rain come? And she'll ask me, what do words mean? And a pro and con to that is the world of YouTube, because in the videos you might have adults playing characters and they might use a word that she haven't heard before, which I like. And she'll come to me and she'll ask me what it means, and then she'll try to use it. And then you just watch like her vocabulary grow and grow and grow. So she's like one of those kids that love to learn. So since she was within me, I was playing her like, classical music, opera music, rap music, jazz, all types of stuff. I would read to her faithfully, because when you have your first kid, you all into what's the possibilities. So it's like, well, they said if you do this, This will help them. That is true.
Yeah.
This girl came out. She was spelling my name at 2 years old. She was saying words. She memorized my number at 3. Right now, she's 6, reading on a 3rd grade level. I do math with them here. Her memory is like top notch. She don't forget nothing, and just constantly doing that, it helps them. So with you, when you were like, you teach your kids at home constantly, we have to do that. Like, we can't depend on public
Don't let up.
or private school to teach them the right way, because they got lies and them textbooks that they refuse to change.
Exactly.
So I'm really big on teaching them here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Keep that up. Most definitely. Kennedy.
What's the best advice your father ever gave you about fatherhood?
About fatherhood? Fatherhood. He just told me, it's just plain and simple. He said, take care of your kids. Take care of your kids. It's something else he always talk. Well, this is outside of fatherhood, but he's just not a judgmental person. So he said, don't judge anybody, but really straightforward, just take care of your kids. As far as fatherhood, I mean, I didn't really ask too much. I was asking my mother a lot.
Why your mom versus your dad?
I mean, I'm sure that my daddy changed my diaper and done all types of things too, but I know my mama know.
Okay.
So I wouldn't have to ask multiple sources. So I would just go straight to her. But he just so firm and such a real guy. Take care of your kids, Tim, Be there for your kids, period.
I got another fill in the blank for you. My biggest challenge so far being a Black father is / was blank.
My biggest challenge being a Black father. Just possibly like giving them the right advice. Hopefully giving them the right advice to make them successful. I just want them to be better than me and to just be successful all around the board. So the advice that I give them, I just pray that it is the right advice. Challenges. I could say that one, and I just don't want no little boys coming around here. I got a big shotgun downstairs, and I got a couple. So, I mean, that's not a challenge, but I should challenge myself to have the proper response once they come around. Maybe my wife needs to step up.
Are you prepared to be like the person that they come to you about questions about boys, or is that something you're more so leaning toward their mom to do?
I'm the source. I was that boy, so yeah.
Okay.
And I'll give it to you. I'm gonna tell you the real.
Okay. So you, as a young boy, a young scholar, would you want your daughters to bring home who you were as that boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't crazy. I wasn't crazy like that.
Okay.
I mean, I could tell you how I was. I mean, I knew my wife was special. Mm-hmm. At that time, it was other women, but I knew she was special. I just had to grow and learn. Mm-hmm. Now, I thought about this other day. That's what's crazy. I was just like, what if they got with somebody that just everybody thought was perfect? Nobody's perfect.
Right.
And if you think that person is perfect, something wrong with them. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't feel like nothing was wrong with me. I just needed to grow and become who I was, and it took time. But hell yeah, I'm a good example of a one to bring home.
I asked that because a lot of guys be like, hell no, No, I don't ever want her to bring who I was at that age.
I mean, my wife is listening over the balcony, and she just said, "I said, like, no."
I got another fill in the blank for you. To be a
Think
better...
about this, though. Think about this.
Yeah.
The perfect dude that your daughter bring home may only have experienced this one girl.
Mm-hmm.
It's a slim chance that he'll grow up and just say he just wanted that one girl his whole life. I mean, it's possible,
rare.
but it's rare.
Yeah.
So for a man needs to get whatever he has in his system out before he becomes that man that he is supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna call him a square or a nerd or something, but handle your business before you come around here, because don't play with mine.
Yeah, I think if dads are really upfront and honest and around, and they get to like sit back and observe, you know, who your daughter is leaning towards, and then you get to know them as they grow, you know who's the boy you don't have to worry about versus the boy you worried about.
Yeah.
And my brothers, they knew who the boys that they had to worry about were, or let's say the men, versus, because I was a tomboy, so that gave them like, we ain't gotta worry about her. Like, she ain't interested in nothing. So that didn't start for me until I was like 17.
Yeah.
And then like when it was prom, and I went to prom and I didn't come back till like 6 a.m. in the morning, it was just like in my room, like, what happened last night? You know what I'm saying? And then my first boyfriend that I had was my neighbor, which is like my best friend, and we still talk to this day. But they just didn't feel like disrespectfully they had to worry about that. And then the next one, they was like, oh, this man ain't it. This man ain't it. He doing X, Y, and Z. But it was like the more they told me he ain't it, the more I tried to defeat what they were saying. But it turns out they were right. But some girls, and I hope your daughters are not as stubborn as me, they gotta go against the grain to feel it, to understand it, to pull back in. And I was one of those girls, and it didn't make me just go out here and just date crazy. It just really made me sit with myself and be like, this is what I need. If they're not feeding me this, then I don't need it.
Right.
That's how I am. So I don't date a lot. I don't talk to a lot of men. I'm single. I have an okay relationship with their dad. But it's just like, I don't know. You just really have to pour into your daughters. The more knowledge they know, the more they grow.
You're right. You're right.
So,
sometimes I be like, maybe are we saying too much? To where if you're telling them something important, they like, damn, I already been listening to you for this long, and the real info gets overlooked. It's
okay. So what you saying that, is there anything that you're stomped on right now with how the world is, the access to social media is, that you just like, man, I just hope I don't have to like have that conversation, but if I do, I'm not sure right now what I would say. Is there anything like that right now in your head where you're just like, man, I don't know how to approach that?
No, I'm ready for whatever. I'll be able to speak about anything. Okay. I'm gonna say how I feel. That's just Tim. I'm gonna say how I feel. Mm-hmm. And if it's just too not disrespectful to the kids. I'm just talking about in life. I'm like that. I'm gonna say how I feel. But if I feel like it's gonna get out of line, I think I'll just be quiet. But as far as my kids, we gonna talk.
Do you have like discussions with your other friends that have kids that help you, move around the things in your brain when it comes to your kids?
No. Yes. I got one partner who got a child that's older than his, and he married to my cousin. So, yeah. I guess I did have a child early. A lot of my people, my homies, didn't have kids too early. My brother, I could talk to my brother about stuff, but not too many.
Okay. Well, that's good. I got another fill in the blank for you. To be a better father to my kids, I blank to decompress from the world. What do you do to decompress?
You went out to what?
What do you do to decompress?
What is decompress?
What?
Oh. To rejuvenate and so say the whole question over, and I'm gonna fill in the definition.
Okay. To be a better father to my kids, I blank to decompress from the world.
I would say pray. Pray. That'll help. That helps everything. Indeed.
There's a lot of pressure on Black men in general, and then I think when you put fatherhood on top of that, it's kind of like society already beats y'all down and says, they don't do this, they don't show up, they're not there, they're X, Y, and Z. And I feel like that's not true, but by default, every day is you constantly having to defeat that thing, that thought, that bias. And I think if more fathers learned what it is that helps them decompress, they won't come into a house and have that. Yes. They won't have that that anger or that tension, and they can just like be there and be ready to receive everything their family has to bring to them. So
yeah,
knowing what helps you decompress is super important. Does thread come from sheep? Wool comes from sheep. Thread comes from like cotton and other fibers. Okay, drink your juice. You see the questions? What is some advice for a younger Black fathers that would have helped you if you were young, unaware in fatherhood?
What is some advice to younger men who
are fathers or new fathers that you could give?
I would say just stay in tune with your kids. Talk to them more. Do random things with them that they asked you to do. Don't ever get lazy unless you got a break of a back, of a leg, or something like that. That's the only time. And be present. Listen. Mm-hmm. You gotta listen. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What can women, children, and other family or friends do to help the negativity Black fathers get or receive?
Speak more about the good ones and overshadow the bad ones. I wonder what's the ratio of present versus not present. I don't know, but I would like to say that it's more good ones than bad ones.
Yeah.
So speak more about them. Appreciate them more. Hell, have another Father's Day. Have a Father's Day for the good ones. You know what I mean? Because all the bad ones are celebrated on Father's Day.
Okay. So since you brought that up, what is your idea of a good Father's Day?
Oh, it don't take much for me. a ball of Remy and my wife cooking dinner. Me just being around my kids is enough. Like I've had that before anyway. I told her I really don't need too much. You cook something for me and we sit down and watch a movie, or if we go out, we go to a restaurant or something like that. It's just a little outlet splurge. Every day is Father's Day for me.
That's good. That's good that you feel that way.
Except when I'm gonna kick one of their ass or something.
Oh man. Fatherhood is a great experience and a blessing because blank.
The knowledge that it brings you. Before, having my kids brought me knowledge, brought me awareness, calmness, patience. Yes. Yeah.
Dang. You just had such a good upbringing, and what's I even feel bad to say it's crazy, but I'm glad the 6 fathers I've talked to so far, y'all actually have a great upbringing. And
you want a bad one?
It's not that I want a bad one, but society gives you this idea that there's more bad ones than good ones. You know what I'm saying? Like when you read or you see headlines or, we in podcast world, the podcasts are usually about why men this and why dads don't. And I haven't talked to any Black men that had any like horrible upbringings with their dad, which I'm like. But even if you have a bad one, a bad upbringing or a good one, it's a choice that you make when you become a parent on how you would want to parent.
Exactly.
So
you're right.
I'm happy about that. This is a parent question, but I want to know your thoughts.
A what question?
A parent question, meaning anyone can ask this, but I'm asking you. Should the sex talk be given to teens fully the same way despite having a son or daughter? Yes or no?
Hey, that's crazy because I had little 3 questions right here for you, and one of them was would you parent your children differently based on the gender? Yeah, I would say yes.
Okay. Why do you say yes?
Because the vagina is sacred. And the penis is nothing but a banana.
Oh.
So, you got to talk to them different, but they still should have the same overall. They should have the same understanding of what you're telling them, but a female just has to have a thicker blanket around her. Is that a good answer?
Yes, it's a good answer. And my answer to you is no. I want to raise my son or my daughter differently. That's more so why I wanted a son, because I feel like the boys in this new generation coming up, it's like the girls are getting the bulk of the knowledge and information, and the boys are just doing surface things. And as they grow and go through experiences, they're getting the knowledge then. And I wanted to raise a son where I just poured into him, where this young boy grows up into a man and he's just full of all this knowledge already, so he can execute his decisions in life better than most. So since I don't have boys and I'm closing my shop, I just pour into my nephews. So like we talk about everything. I let them know my door is always open to talk about anything. I'm not telling your dad. You have an emergency, you call me. You want to come over here and chill, and you don't want me to say anything to your dad, come. Because there's no need for them to carry baggage when they have family or people that love them and care about them that can get that. So
gotta be express yourself. Yes.
Yeah. Good one. So you said you had questions for me.
I have. That was one.
Okay. What's the other one?
The other one was. At first I put do you have kids, which you told me you do. Yeah. So have you ever used your kid as a pawn?
No.
Because this is no. And
I actually have it on reverse, where my youngest daughter's dad was trying to use her as a pawn, where if we would get into arguments about our personal relationship, because he has a girlfriend that's been living with him for 20 plus years. No ring, no engagement. They have one kid together. She has an older son. We've had a 15 plus year relationship.
Hold on. Your 15 plus relationship seems like it's going into the 20.
Exactly. So I didn't find out about her until we were like 2 years in, when I was in college. So after that, it was kind of like I dealt with him on my own terms. So fast forward, we have a kid, and whenever he would try to like pull ranks at my home, that is not his, that we don't share bills, and I would tell him no or give him some boundaries, he would say, well, I'm not bringing her diapers, and I'm not picking her up on Saturday so you could go to work, and I'm not doing this. So I'm just like, you can't bring her into how we function
what we got
as parents.
Yeah.
Your disagreement with me is between me. And so when I saw him doing that repeatedly, I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing this. So I was like, the only thing you could be for me is a good father to her. We're not, evolving in a relationship because you're already in one and you don't know how to manage that. There is no other goals for you, so you can just be a good father. Once I told him that, he just flipped his lid. And it ended nasty, where this man has like 2 battery charges, a sexual assault charge, a 2-year restraining order.
On you?
No, I have on him. Where he hasn't seen her since last July because the judge was like, you can have no communication for a year. So it goes like, your ego and that pride does not belong in any way, shape, or form when it comes to your kid. So I don't believe in using your kids as pawns. And then if you want to flip the script, my oldest daughter, her dad and I just got to like a cordial call, FaceTime with her. The first birthday he ever been to, she's 6, was last November. He missed all those birthdays out of ego and pride. And I let him come here for a week. And that took years for us to get to the point because he just drifted through fatherhood and he was never preparing like he always had time. So yes, they talk now. Yes, we're cordial. I can talk to him a little bit more without getting aggravated, but he's still like $18K back in child support that he's never paid. But that has nothing to do with your relationship with her. So just because you pay that, I will never be like, you can't see her, you can't talk to her, because I know the importance of what that relationship is. So I don't believe in using your kids as moms at all.
What do you rate them?
As far as like 10 being the best dad, 1 being My 6-year-old's dad, he's a 6. And I say he's a 6 because he's younger than me. He has a lot more growing to do. And everybody around him enables him to be an adult. So I can't be the only one being like, this is how you set yourself up. This is how you do this. This is how you become a better father for 3 of your kids, not just one. So it's hard. So I know he has to have that space to grow. The younger one, her dad will be 41 in July. You already have a kid that's 14. Your pride, your anger, your ego, despite that, I would give him a 9 for being a great father. His issue is he doesn't know how to balance being a parent and not being sexually, emotionally involved with that child's mother, and being a parent. Like he thinks he thinks that's a package deal, and it's not. He thinks, oh, my kid lives over here, so I need a drawer over here. I want to come over here when I want, and I need a key. No, sir. You have a key for the house that you have a deed for, which is your house. Your girlfriend lives with you. I don't live with you. Therefore, you can't dictate me with your rules. So he's struggling with that. So.
If he didn't have that woman over there, that could possibly be, or no?
Not if he wasn't doing his work. So like I made an episode where I discussed men can't be their best selves until they address their fatherless hurt. Because we always hear people talk about how women they have daddy issues. Nobody talks about men who have daddy issues, and his issues stem from his father and him having this goal where he never wanted to be his father, where his father had multiple kids with different women. He cheated on his mom. His mom only had him, so he's the only child. He grew up in Milwaukee where kids was doing like adult shit. And he went to school with siblings that he didn't even know was his siblings until he got older.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up a little.
Right. And
I'm not like that, but it's kind of shocking.
Right. And then he looked at as a black sheep when entirely he was in a his dad was in a relationship with his mom, and he cheated on her and had these other kids. So he knows he has siblings. He knows his dad is alive and well in Milwaukee, but he doesn't want to have that discussion with his dad. He doesn't want to talk to his other siblings. He just wants to carry around this anger like, oh, my dad is on me. I don't really talk to my family. I just have my kids here, and this is what I'm going to protect. And it's kind of like, until you deal with that, you can never have a good relationship with anybody because you're carrying around this, everybody out to get me attitude, and it's not real. It's not true.
Right.
So, yeah. But he's a good dad. But
shout out to him.
He just has adult issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
My other one, my last one, because this is your podcast, so I didn't want to just be crazy with the questions. Mm-hmm. But I think you already answered it, though. But it was like, can you co-parent effectively if the man decides to marry another woman?
Yes. Like, I want all my 6 exes, because there are 6. I want them all to find the woman that works for them, motivates them, pushes them to be their ultimate selves. And I want them to be happy, because when you have a happy man that has his women needs met, you have no choice but to have a good father for your kids, and that's all they could be for me, because I know I exhausted that relationship and we do not work. But that doesn't mean I want to see you mess up in life. I want to see you do good, because a father's goodness pushes off on their kids. So
yes,
I'm completely for good co-parenting, but yeah,
that's what's up.
That's a whole nother thing. So my last question for you. I never had nobody give me questions, so that's good. You know, I'm ready.
One of a kind, baby. One of a kind. I'm ready. That You Said It podcast in here.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to mix it up. Something that I didn't add.
Hold on. Before you ask your last one, I'll get one that I came about when I was in the shower. I wanted to ask you, how did your podcast come about? Like, and is it just based on fatherhood, or you hop around?
No, this series came to me in the shower on like May 31st. I was like, you know what, Chantal? You know, I don't like the fact that Father's Day only has like a day.
Yeah.
Why don't you interview different fathers throughout the month of June? And that day, I reached out to every Black father I knew on social media and my phone. And I was like, hey, would you want to do X, Y, and Z? Pick a date after 8 p.m. and we could record for Cozy One Podcast. And they was like, yeah, I'm with it. I still have some that are like iffy about it because, you know, they don't talk like that.
They're not talkers.
Yeah. So I that's how I came up on that idea. But I have 3 podcasts that I do. One is Cozy One Podcast, which is all about parenting, surviving parenting, being a better parent. And then the other one is She Gets It Pod, where that's like
Kendra told me about that.
Yes. So that's everything else in my brain that's not parent wise. And then you have So What Page We On Bed, which is like a book club with 2 of my other friends. We discuss a book. Yes, you got my.
Oh, okay.
So so I juggle those 3 just so I can attack a different.
I got you.
So all of that. But I started it because I didn't like hearing my voice like on voicemails and stuff. So I was like, man, the podcast sounded like a good idea. So I was like, let me try it. So I tried it with one, and then it just evolved into like another thing. Because I'm just like, I can't be talking about parenting and talking about the other things I talk about on the same show. So I separated them. So yeah.
Understood. That's good.
My last question for you is, what is a Black father stereotype that you defeat every day?
A Black father stereotype that I defeat every day. Help me, honey. I keep on going back to speaking on being present, but how can you see that I'm present just by every day seeing me? But
don't mean he's acting the father. That people think this is the father around the house, he can't be acting. Your cousin Rick is a prime example.
Oh, being active in the house even when I'm not in the house. Is that what you said, Pooh? Yeah.
Okay, how do you do that?
So, all games, all recitals, you're there.
Oh, she's really speaking for me. She said, like every which is true. Everything that they do, Pooh, that's being present though. Like their recitals, taking them to practice.
Still there. People think just because the Black man don't live in the house, he's not taking care of his kids.
She said just because what?
People think because the Black man is not in the house,
People think just because the black man isn't in the house, he's not taking care of his kids.
Okay, yeah.
And on top of that as well, though, like, even if like I'm not around, they know what I would say or how I would react to what they doing.
They got that dad conscience.
Yes. They also I think this happened the other day. No. My daughter done something she wasn't supposed to do. I think she was messing with the stove. Mm-hmm. And I told her when I get home I was gonna beat your ass. And what you say? She said that's none of her business. You wanna say hi? She said, this London.
Hi.
Yeah, but I know she won't do that again. It won't happen again. So, you know, just my word and my voice is powerful. Yeah. And I thank God. I'm the oldest one, though. I might have to DDT her ass soon.
So you're an engaged father where you're not just in the house, you like busting in the room, you know, seeing what they're doing, you in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Which is super important because I think a lot of parents think just because they're in the house with their kids, they with their kids. And that's not true. You could have, you know, Billy upstairs creating bombs for the world. Yeah, engagement is super important. I always threaten the girls to be like, don't let me come in there and take the door off the hinge because you don't pay bills here. You know, so.
Hello. You said
it. That's super important. I want to thank you for doing this. Thank you for sharing. And I appreciate you as a good mother out there. You know,
that was fun.
Appreciate it. I think I wish more fathers would talk about fatherhood, but I'm doing my part to drag this out the whole month of June. I got 3 more dads today on the calendar. So
today?
Yeah.
Oh, you working? Okay.
So I want to say Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate doing this too. Me and my partner will come on your other one or however we need to do it or whatever. I have fun with this. I like this.
I'm with it. Tell the people how to check out your podcast and how to reach you, please.
All right. My name is Tim B of the You Said It podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Facebook at the You Said It podcast. My personal Instagram is TimB_Bossman. And y'all can find my partner, Bonte, at crown_me_Bonte.
Perfection.